What up, YouTube? Here with a preview video for tomorrow's fight for the WBC Super Lightweight title. Devin Haney will be defending the WBC Super Lightweight title versus Ryan Garcia. And as far as the location goes for this fight, I don't know why it's being hosted in the East Coast. It's going to be at the Barclays in Brooklyn. I know that this fight was originally set out to have it being hosted in Las Vegas because a fight of this magnitude usually belongs in Las Vegas, but because for Cinco de Mayo, it's going to be Canelo versus Jamie Munguia, and that's 2 weeks away, and because the time slots would be very close to one another, hence why this fight went out to be in Brooklyn instead of Las Vegas. And with both fighters being West Coast based fighters from the state of California, I don't know why this fight isn't being hosted at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Maybe the Lakers or the Clippers or the Kings are having a game on that date and they couldn't book that venue for that date, or the Bay Area, whether it be in San Francisco, or I know Sacramento isn't considered to be the Bay Area, but somewhere in California would have made more sense, because leading up to this fight, I heard the tickets didn't meet its expectations, hence why I am bringing up this factor. But nonetheless, it's still a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. It's a huge magnitude of a fight, one of the best matches that the sport of boxing can produce. And I say that not only technically speaking, but notoriety-wise and marketably and promotionally speaking as well, because both Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia are big draws when it comes to the sport of boxing and are well-recognized familiar faces when it comes to the sport of boxing. As y'all know, Ryan Garcia, when he fought Gervonta Davis last year, that was one of the most successful events for the sport of boxing last year. And Devin Haney doesn't draw as much as Gervonta Davis, and he hasn't had a huge pay-per-view bout like Ryan Garcia has had, and hasn't pulled the numbers that Ryan Garcia did last year versus Gervonta Davis. But when you compare what Devin Haney has accomplished compared to both Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney has accomplished more than both Davis and Garcia. Now, Devin Haney was a undisputed champion at lightweight, and he did that in dominating fashion when he defeated George Gambosis to become undisputed champion at lightweight. And then he defeated Vasily Lomachenko in a very hard-fought victory. And then in his debut at 140, he became the new WBC Super Lightweight champion by defeating Regis Prograis in one of his best performances in his pro career thus far. And Ryan Garcia, his last bout after his first defeat against Gervonta Davis, where that fight was competed at 135, he bounced back up to 140 to take on Oscar Duarte's with his new trainer, and he displayed different aspects in that fight versus Duarte, and he got a decision victory. It wasn't versus the best quality opponent, but we saw a different side of Ryan Garcia and him adding different aspects to his arsenal to further technically improve his game. And people wasn't that impressed with Ryan Garcia's adding of the shoulder roll and that Philly shell defense, but gotta give Ryan Garcia the credit and the respect for trying different things and adding new elements to his game, because with adapting different styles, that may work for him is him being studious to the game. And if he keeps on working at it, that practice may turn into perfection. And he didn't display the best defense. He's known for his hand speed and his agility and his lead hook and his power when he catches his opponents with his signature punches. And that's how Ryan Garcia has made himself reputable amongst not only the fans of boxing, but the public. And for Ryan Garcia, if you look at what Anthony Joshua has accomplished after learning from his defeats and him adding different aspects to his game to make him more diverse, and there was credits given to Anthony Joshua, the same respect shall go to Ryan Garcia as well for his gained effort in adding on different elements and him trying different skill sets to be a part of his game. And we can't judge him off of that one fight versus Oscar Duarte's. And why am I bringing this up? Can he afford to do that versus somebody as sharp as Devin Haney, who is as skilled as Devin Haney? He can't afford to make the same errors as he did versus a champion like Devin Haney, like he did versus Oscar Duarte's. That was to get Ryan Garcia back into his groove, to have him winning again from his first defeat that he took versus Gervonta Davis. And Devin Haney, he's more technically sound than Ryan Garcia is. And both fighters have history from when they was competing in the amateur scene. And they both started out relatively at the same time. They have history. They fought, I believe, 7 times against each other. And that history is what brought a lot of hype for this fight for tomorrow. And a lot has changed from their days when they were competing as amateurs, now that they're pros. Ryan Garcia, unlike Devin Haney, hasn't became champion yet. Devin Haney was, as I have mentioned before in this video, a former undisputed champion at lightweight when the lightweight division was the hottest division in the whole entire sport. And then in his debut fight, in one of his most dominant, brilliant performances at 140, becomes a new super lightweight champion versus one of the household names that's been considered a top dog amongst the top of the super lightweights in Regis Progress. And that resume alone, as I have mentioned before, Devin Haney, when you compare his resume with his young career that's still at its build, when you compare a lot of the top fighters that's considered to be one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the whole sport of boxing, Devin Haney tops a lot of the top fighters that are amongst that conversation as being considered one of the best in the entire sport. And Devin Haney, he has the advantage when it comes to mobility, overall agility, ring generalship, timing, and in-ring IQ. And that is what is going to lead, from my opinion, to Devin Haney getting a unanimous decision win. I think it's going to be quite one-sided. I think Devin Haney is going to dictate the pace of the fight. He's going to frustrate Ryan Garcia throughout majority of the fight. I don't think Ryan Garcia is going to be able to get his offense going against Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney, as I have said, is going to set the pace, and he's going to be in control of the rhythm throughout majority of the fight. And Ryan Garcia is going to have a hard time finding his target tomorrow night versus Devin Haney. And Devin Haney, I think his movement and his ability to telegraph and time his opponent is the ability that's going to have Devin Haney be successful in his defense of the WBC super lightweight title tomorrow night. And his jab versus Ryan Garcia, like he has displayed in many of his other fights, is going to lead to him keeping the distance from him and Ryan Garcia throughout majority of the fight, to have the fight being competed in a space where Devin Haney is comfortable at. And Ryan Garcia, he has the advantage when it comes to faster punches. He lets the shots go faster because his hand speed is superior than Devin Haney's. But when it comes to overall speed, when it comes to athleticism, Devin Haney has the edge when it comes to that factor. And Devin Haney's ability to time his opponents, and I think he's going to time Ryan Garcia very well, and Ryan Garcia isn't going to be able to display that hand speed factor versus Devin Haney come tomorrow night. It's going to be a hard fight for Ryan Garcia. Well, it's going to be a hard fight for both Haney and Garcia, but for Garcia to get the win, it's going to be harder for him because styles tends to make fights. And Ryan Garcia, to go head-to-head with Devin Haney when it comes to technical skills, is going to be a difficult one for him to fare well versus a guy like Devin Haney. And Ryan Garcia in his camp is going to have to come out with a very smart game plan for tomorrow night. And I just don't see how they're going to have the right game plan to overcome Devin Haney when it comes to styles on paper. And I just don't see how, when you compare both of these fighters' styles, how Ryan Garcia's style can defeat Devin Haney for this fight tomorrow. Ryan Garcia is going to have to catch Devin Haney's timing and his rhythm and cut off the ring and have the fight being fought at the pace that Ryan Garcia wants the fight to be fought at. He's going to have to telegraph the rhythmic and the style and the groove of Devin Haney for him to time his signature punches. Not only that, but to catch Devin Haney with well-placed shots that he wants to catch Devin Haney with, accurately and flushly. And it's going to be hard to do that for any fighter that fights at the level of both where Haney and Garcia competes at. And it's hard for fighters that get in there with the likes of Devin Haney to catch Devin Haney when Devin Haney is on his A game. Now, we've seen Devin Haney get rocked and get caught with good shots before. For example, he struggled versus Jojo Diaz, and he got caught with a rocking shot from Jorge Linares, where Linares has sent him to the wrong corner at the end of the round. And Haney was clutching onto Linares for him to stay on his feet. And we saw Vasily Lomachenko catch Devin Haney with some good shots. And we saw Devin Haney struggle versus Lomachenko in their fight as well. Now, that's why Ryan Garcia's possibility of perhaps winning the fight isn't a far-fetched idea, but as a betting man, I would place my bet on Devin Haney to win this fight, and I can confidently say that. And as I have said, does Ryan Garcia have the technical skills that Lomachenko possesses? No, but is Ryan Garcia much more fresher and more in his prime than Lomachenko is? Yeah. And Ryan Garcia, is he more skilled than a Linares and Diaz? Yeah. That's why he still has a chance, but Devin Haney, not making excuses for his performance versus Lomachenko, nor am I taking credit away from Lomachenko's ability for making that fight as competitive as it was, but Devin Haney was struggling to make weight at 135, hence why he vacated all the titles which he held at lightweight when he was undisputed there to move up to 140. And we saw him look better and much more comfortable competing at super lightweight than he did at lightweight. And Ryan Garcia is more on the aggressive side and not more on the slick technical side like a Lomachenko is. Kambosos is more comparable, stylistically speaking, when compared to Ryan Garcia than comparing Garcia to Lomachenko. And as I have said, Garcia, he's going to have to be patient when in there with Devin Haney and not get frustrated for him to catch Haney with the shots that he wants to catch Haney with, because Haney has shown in the past that he can be rocked and he is chinny. And if Ryan Garcia catches Haney with a flush shot, and that could send Haney into deep waters to be in trouble if he shows signs of being chinny when rocked. And that is the strongest chance for Ryan Garcia to come out on top for this fight tomorrow night. Not only catching Haney with lucky shots, but timing Haney's game plan and adapting to Haney's game plan and adjusting as the fight goes on and collecting the data to Haney's game plan for him to neutralize Haney's game plan, for him to have these possible successes happen for him tomorrow night in his attempt to become the new WBC super lightweight champion. Anyways, that's my prediction video for tomorrow's fight with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. As I have said, I'm picking Devin Haney to cruise to a unanimous decision win and successfully defending and retaining his WBC super lightweight title versus Ryan Garcia. I'm going to guess the scorecards should be somewhere around 118 to 110, 10 rounds to 2 for Devin Haney. And that is what I call a one-sided fight. And that's my pick for tomorrow's fight. And I'm looking forward to it. Subscribe to this channel for more content. Like this video, share this video if y'all want. Click the links in the description if y'all want to show y'all support for this channel. All things will be appreciated. And I'm out of here, y'all. Be good. Peace.